Today, y'all, we are doing a lightning round of some of the most frequently asked questions. And by frequently, I mean dozens and dozens and dozens of people asking basically the same kinds of questions. Number one, and this was so funny, my comments on breakfast got people, I mean, it was on both sides of the spectrum. There's nothing in between. And violin player 22 is the most recent one, really took umbrage at the idea of, no, breakfast, oh my God, how can you not have breakfast? I didn't say don't eat breakfast. I said don't eat it if you're not hungry, noo-noo head. If you're not hungry, never force yourself to eat anything. I don't care what conventional wisdom says. Sometimes it is neither conventional nor very wise, especially if you're not hungry. That's the worst thing you can do is start your body off stuffing food in it if you're not hungry. I personally don't get hungry till about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then I'll eat a little something. But if you're hungry first thing in the morning, by all means, eat yourself a healthy breakfast. You have to listen to your own body and do what's right for you. It just so happens that a lot of people aren't hungry first thing. So don't stuff yourself with unnecessary food. Let's see. This one was so funny. There's several that came from guys who were saying, and I know they were guys because I went and looked at their channels and I can kind of tell, and some of them even said that, I mean, they were like 19, 20, 21 years old, so really young guys, saying, there's no way I could survive on 1,300 calories a day. I eat 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day and I look fine. Well, yeah, you're a 19-year-old guy. Of course you're going to look fine. Good Lord. The 1,300 calorie suggestion is just for weight loss. It isn't meant to be a maintenance thing. It's to help you get down to that level where you don't, where you get to your happy weight. That's all it is. And then you start gradually adding back in the healthy calories. You guys got to listen a little more carefully about what I'm saying. And good for you if you're one of those people who can survive easily, thinly, leanly on 2,000 calories a day. Well, wonderful. As long as you're healthy, that's fantastic. Okay, calorie counts. How many calories are in a wedge of Laughing Cow Light? 35 calories. It says on the label. Somebody else absolutely refuses to believe that there are no calories in salsa, mustard, or hot sauce. There are no calories, or negligible calories, like 5. Oh shoot, I'll have to call him back. Oh no, dang it. Hey honey. Hey, I'm just putting up a video real quick. Can I call you right back? Okay, I'll call you right back. Bye. Sorry, I've been trying to get hold of him. There are no calories. I mean, they're negligible calories. So I call them free foods. Mustard, salsa, hot sauce, things like that, vinegar. Really, read the labels, girls. How much did your under-eye surgery cost? It was expensive because it was in New York and it was Dr. Dan Baker. I think it was like $7,000, but the national average, I would say, between $4,500 to $8,000, depending on where you are. It's going to be more in places like New York, Dallas, LA, and less in other places. But don't go cheap. This is no time to be a bargain diva on your plastic surgery. Speaking of plastic surgery, is there any way I can tighten my neck skin without surgery? I'm a single mom on a limited income. Not really. Because the only things that really work, things like thermage or laser, the tightening type of things, end up being so expensive if you follow the entire protocol of 2 to 3 treatments. It's almost as expensive as plastic surgery. So there's really nothing topical you can do because you're dealing with muscle. The musculature underneath it also starts to sag as you get older. So I would say, put money aside as long as you can and go with more of a high neck fashion choice for a while. I'm sorry, there really isn't anything aside from the expensive stuff. The neck it's one of those, the turkey goozle. Yeah, it's a tough one, and I wish I had better news. And if I find out something better for you, believe me, I will let you know. Why do you spend so much money on fake eyelashes when you could just get lash extensions? Well, because fake eyelashes are really not that expensive. I get them off of Sally Beauty Supply, or I get them on Amazon in bulk. They end up being $3 a pair. I wear them 4 or 5 times. You just take them off very carefully, and you can reuse them. Lash extensions cost so you around $150 to start out with, and then you have to maintain it. So it's actually cheaper to do the fake eyelashes. But the other thing I wanted to add, I've had lash extensions. I tested them out years ago, and it broke off my lashes. It was really, really unhealthy for me. It did not work for me, and it's expensive to maintain. You have to go back every 4 to 6 weeks and have them fill back in, and you have to be super careful when you're taking off your makeup, and you can't let certain things touch it, and It just did not work for me. Final question. Another one. Everybody's concerned about fruit. Why no fruit? I didn't say no fruit. I said I don't do well on fruit. It makes me hungrier. It makes me crave sugar and carbs. But if you have the unique chemistry where fruit is filling and energizing, by all means, it's a wonderful place to get your antioxidants, your phytochemicals, and your fiber. I prefer to get those things from leafy greens, from Brussels sprouts, from kale, from tomatoes, spinaches, squashes, all that good stuff. That's where I prefer to get my healthy nutrition. It kind of helps me, helps my blood sugar even out a lot better than fruit does. Fruit's not really my best thing. I mean, occasionally I'll have blueberries, you know, crunchy apple with some cheese on it. But that's pretty much it. Maybe I do like a half a grapefruit from time to time, but that's not my go-to. But if it works for you, by all means. Bottom line is, do what works for you. I'm just giving you some healthy suggestions that work for me. And if you happen to be that lucky ducky with the sick metabolism and you can just scarf down thousands of calories a day without gaining an ounce, good for you, and I'm just a little bit jealous. But it doesn't work for me. I need to be a little bit more on the ball and keep track of that stuff. And I think there are more people that are like me when they're 44 that are like those guys who are able to eat thousands and thousands of calories. But God bless you if you're one of those. All right, y'all keep those questions coming, and we'll have another lightning round very soon because you're rabid with questions, and that's wonderful. So stay as glamorous as you can stand to be. I'm Maddie Roberts.